Thank you for choosing LiftMaster. This video will provide an overview of how to install a LiftMaster wall mount garage door opener, model 8500W. For residential use, the MyQ remote LED light must be installed and functional to enable the use of timer to close or MyQ smartphone control of the door. These features are for use with sectional doors only and should not be used on swing-out or one-piece doors. This video is intended for demonstration purposes only. The procedures demonstrated should only be performed by trained professional installers and service technicians. Safe operation and servicing requires that you follow all instructions and safety advisories found in the manual. To locate a trained professional installer or service technician, go to liftmaster.com/locate-a-dealer. This installation overview will cover the following topics. 1. Planning the installation. 2. Assembling the 8500W. 3. Mounting the opener. 4. Installing the automatic garage door lock. 5. Installing the cable tension monitor. 6. Installing the smart control panel. 7. Installing the MyQ remote LED light. 8. Installing the protector system. 9. Installing the battery backup. 10. Programming the travel. You can use the progress bar at the bottom of the screen to track where you are in the installation process. Before installing the wall mount garage door opener, you need to survey the site. The garage door installation and wiring must be in compliance with all local electrical and building codes. Never use an extension cord, two-wire adapter, or change the plug in any way to make it fit an outlet. Be sure the opener is grounded. Here's what you need to check. The garage door must have a torsion bar and spring. The torsion bar must be 1 inch in diameter. This opener is not compatible with reverse wound drums. Measure from the center of the torsion bar to the ceiling. There must be 3 inches of clearance. Measure from the center of the torsion bar to the garage wall. There must be 2.5 inches of clearance. Measure from the end of the torsion bar to the wall or the nearest obstruction. There must be 8.5 inches of clearance. If the torsion bar is too long or is damaged, cut the torsion bar. Measure from the bearing plate to the end of the torsion bar. There must be at least 1.5 inches of torsion bar exposed. Make sure there is an electrical outlet within 6 feet of the installation area. To prevent possible serious injury or death from electrocution or fire, be sure power is not connected to the opener and disconnect power to the circuit before removing the cover to establish a permanent wiring connection. Check the balance of the garage door to make sure it moves freely and does not drift. As you raise and lower the door, inspect the torsion bar to make sure it doesn't move up or down or to the left or right. Any movement of the torsion bar could reduce the life of the garage door opener. Any issues with the door or torsion bar and spring should only be corrected by a trained door systems technician. Be sure to close the door when finished with these checks. Remove any locks or ropes that are installed. Before assembling the wall mount garage door opener, it's a good idea to lay out the parts. They include the motor unit with mounting bracket, the collar, the cable tension monitor, the battery, the MyQ remote LED light, safety reversing sensors with mounting brackets, the automatic garage door lock model 841 LM, remote control and smart control panel, and hardware. Refer to the installation manual for a list of tools and additional items you may need. The opener can be installed on either side of the garage door. We'll demonstrate assembly and installation for the left side of the garage door. Begin by attaching the collar to the opener. Loosen the set screws on the collar. Locate the side of the collar that has the larger hole and slide the collar all the way onto the motor shaft until the stop is reached. Rotate the collar so that the screws are facing toward you. Hand tighten the 2 set screws that are closest to the opener until they make contact with the motor shaft. Then tighten the set screws another 1/4 to 1/2 turn. Loosely attach the mounting bracket to the opener on the same side as the collar using the provided screws. The garage door opener must be mounted at a right angle to the torsion bar to avoid premature wear on the collar. Slide the opener onto the end of the torsion bar and lightly tighten the set screws to temporarily help hold the opener in place. Make sure the collar does not touch the bearing plate. There must be at least 1/4 inch of space between the collar and the bearing plate. Use a level to position the opener at a 90-degree angle to the torsion bar. Mark the mounting bracket holes on the mounting surface, remove the opener, and set it aside. The mounting bracket must be attached to a solid surface, such as wood, concrete, or a door flag bracket. Do not attach the mounting bracket to drywall only. Make sure the screws mount into an underlying structural support, such as a 2x4. Drill 3/16-inch pilot holes at the marked locations. Drill through metal door rail plates if necessary. Slide the opener onto the end of the torsion bar and align the mounting bracket with the pilot holes. Hand tighten the set screws on the collar until they just make contact with the torsion bar. Secure the mounting bracket to the surface using the provided hardware. Double check to make sure the opener is still level and make any adjustment needed to the collar position. For a solid torsion bar, tighten the set screws an additional 1/4 to 1/2 turn. For a hollow torsion bar, tighten the set screws an additional 3/4 to a full turn. Secure the mounting bracket to the opener. Thread the emergency release rope through the emergency release cable and pull until the red handle is at least 6 feet above the floor to avoid contact with vehicles to avoid accidental release. Secure the rope using an overhand knot and cut off any excess. Do not plug in the opener yet. The automatic garage door lock is used to prevent the garage door from being manually opened once it is fully closed. Mount the lock on the same side as the opener and within 10 feet of the opener. The provided label has a template for drilling the holes you'll need. This can be placed on the outside of the track or the inside of the track, depending on which is easier for you to reach with your drill. To determine where to place the label, locate the third roller from the floor. Make sure the bracket that holds the door track to the wall is not in the way. If it is, use the next highest roller. Locate the horizontal center of the roller and mark the location on the door track. From this mark, measure up 3¼ inches and make a second mark. To disengage the garage door, pull the emergency release handle on the opener until you hear a click. Manually open the garage door. Mark the inside of the track at the same height as the second mark. If you're attaching to the inside of the track, make sure the area is free of grease. Peel off the backing, align the top of the label with the second mark, and attach it to whichever side of the track is easiest to access with a drill. Make sure the label is centered. Drill a pilot hole in the center of each hole in the template using a 1/8 inch drill bit. This will prevent the larger drill bits from moving during drilling. Drill all 3 holes using a 5/16 inch drill bit. Drill the center hole using a 3/4 inch drill bit. We recommend using a step drill bit that includes both 5/16 and 3/4 inch size gradations. You'll need to pay attention to the template to ensure that you stop drilling when the step drill bit reaches the correct size. When you're done drilling the holes, be sure to file down any sharp edges. Using a No. 1 Phillips head screwdriver and the provided screws, mount the automatic lock to the outside of the track, making sure the bolt is positioned to go through the center hole. Do not use power tools. Do not over-tighten the screws. Use the manual release to check that the deadbolt has clearance to fit through the center hole. If the bolt is interfering with the track, remove the lock from the track and widen the center hole. Slide the manual release on the lock to the open position. If you're installing a second automatic garage door lock on the other side of the door, follow the same installation steps. Manually close the garage door. Run the wire from the lock to the garage door opener. We recommend using insulated staples to secure the wire in several places. Lift the cover of the opener and route the wire up through the bottom to where the 2 lock terminals are located. They are next to the adjustment buttons. Plug the wire from the lock into either terminal. The cable tension monitor features a roller that rests on the outside of the cable. It detects slack in the cable and will reverse the door, eliminating service calls for unspooled cable wire. Inside is a switch that is activated when slack in the cable allows the roller to depress. Activating this switch causes the door to reverse. The cable tension monitor must be properly installed before the garage door opener will move in the down direction. Measure the distance between the cable and the surface where you will be mounting the cable tension monitor. In order to function properly, the door cable needs to be approximately 3/4 of an inch from the mounting surface for the cable tension monitor. If the cable depth is too large, the cable tension monitor may not react quickly enough to prevent thrown cables. If the cable depth is too small, the cable tension monitor may cause nuisance reversals. Shimming and/or door adjustments may be needed to achieve the proper cable depth. In this installation, we measured 2 3/4 inches from the cable to the mounting surface. In order to achieve the proper cable depth, we'll need to add a piece of 2x6. We recommend installing the cable tension monitor on the same side of the garage door as the garage door opener. The monitor comes configured for left side installation. For right side installation, remove the snap ring holding the roller in place. Move the roller to the opposite side and reattach the snap ring. When mounting the monitor, be sure to position the roller between 2 and 6 inches below the drum. Position the cable tension monitor where it will not come in contact with any moving parts of the door. Be sure to mount over a wood support, or use wall anchors when mounting to drywall. Make sure no obstructions will prevent the roller from closing completely. Position the cable tension monitor and mark the mounting hole locations. Drill pilot holes using a 3/16 inch drill bit. Attach the cable tension monitor using the provided hardware. Position the roller on top of the cable. Route the wire to the opener, making sure to avoid all moving parts of the door, including the drum. Secure the wire using insulated staples. Open the cover of the opener and route the wire up through the bottom to the green Quick Connect terminals. We recommend cutting off any excess wire. Use a small screwdriver to push in the tabs and insert the wires from the cable tension monitor. Polarity is not important. Next, install the Smart Control Panel. Follow the directions in the installation manual for connecting the wires and mounting. Check to ensure power is not connected to the garage door opener before wiring the Smart Control Panel. The Smart Control Panel must be mounted within sight of the door, at a minimum height of 5 feet above floors, landings, steps, or any other adjacent walking surface so small children are not able to reach it, and away from all moving parts of the garage door. Open the cover of the opener and locate the Quick Connect terminals. Wire the Smart Control Panel to the opener by inserting the white wire in the white terminal and the red wire in the red terminal. Do not plug in the garage opener or use the Smart Control Panel to run the opener at this time. Next, install the MyQ Remote LED light. Please note if the MyQ Remote LED light is not installed on model 8500W, unattended operation features will not work. The MyQ Remote LED light has a light lens that opens on the front and a power cord that wraps around a retainer on the back. It is intended for mounting to the ceiling using the provided screws. It has been programmed at the factory to operate with the garage door opener. Choose a mounting location within 6 feet of an electrical outlet where the cord and light are away from moving parts. Open the light lens and mark the mounting hole locations. Then use the provided hardware to mount the light. Use the provided drywall anchors if mounting to light drywall. Plug the light in. If additional remote lights have been purchased separately, they will need to be programmed after the installation of the garage door opener is complete, when the opener is powered on. Refer to the instructions provided with the additional MyQ Remote LED light. The protector system consists of safety reversing sensors, which are mounted on each side of the garage door at floor level. Safety reversing sensors are to be installed no more than 6 inches from the floor. Snap the sensor bracket onto the door track, then mount the safety reversing sensor using the provided wiring nut and bolt. If your garage is not pre-wired for safety reversing sensors, follow the instructions in the manual for routing the wires, which are attached to the sensors. Since this garage is pre-wired, we'll splice the wires from the safety reversing sensors to the existing wiring. For pre-wired installations, be sure to note the wire colors you're splicing to because polarity is important. Open the cover of the opener and locate the white and black Quick Connect terminals. Route the safety reversing sensor wires into the opener. Twist the white wires together, then twist the black wires together. Using a small screwdriver to push in the tab, insert the white wires in the white terminal and the black wires in the gray terminal. Plug the garage door opener into the electrical outlet, but do not run the opener. This will allow you to confirm the function of the safety reversing sensors. The sending sensor amber LED should be on solid. The receiving sensor's green LED should be on solid. If the sending sensor amber LED is off, make sure of the following. The garage door opener has power. The wire from the sensor is not broken or shorted. The wires are wired to the correct terminals on the opener. If the receiving sensor green LED is flickering or off, loosen the wing nut and adjust the sensor position until the LED glows solid. The battery backup allows the garage door opener to continue to operate in the event that AC power is lost. The automatic garage door lock will unlock when the garage door is opened and will remain unlocked until AC power is restored. Unattended operation features such as MyQ app and timer to close will not function when AC power is not available. Always wear gloves and eye protection when working around the battery compartment. Unplug the garage door opener. Lift the cover and locate the battery cover. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the battery cover. Position the battery wires so you have easy access to them. Partially insert the battery with the terminals facing out. Connect the red and black wires to the corresponding terminals on the battery. Slide the battery in and replace the cover, securing it with the screw. Plug in the garage door opener. The battery status LED is located next to the adjustment controls. A solid green LED indicates the battery is fully charged. A flashing green LED indicates the battery is charging. Consult the installation manual for information on the other indicator statuses. Before adjusting the travel, re-engage the garage door by pulling down on the emergency release handle until you hear a click. The door will re-engage once it begins to move. Openers manufactured starting in 2022 have a Step Saver Setup label. If your opener has this label, follow these steps. Otherwise, watch the section of the video for openers that do not have this label. Programming travel limits tells the opener where to stop when moving the door up or down. There are 3 buttons you'll use: the up button, the down button, and the adjustment button. Press and hold the adjustment button until the up button begins to flash. The lights on the safety reversal sensors will turn off because they will be temporarily disconnected during programming. Now, press and hold the up button until the door is in the desired up or open position. To prevent damage to vehicles, be sure the fully open door provides adequate clearance. Once the door is in the fully open position, press and release the adjustment button. The garage door opener lights will flash twice, and the down button will start flashing. Now, press and hold the down button until the door is in the desired down or closed position. Once the door reaches the correct closed position, press and release the adjustment button. The garage door opener lights will flash twice. Programming travel is now complete. The safety reversal sensors will reconnect, and their lights will turn back on. The opener will beep and the lights will flash when it enters a force sensing operation. The door will automatically open and close. Then, the opener will beep 3 times, letting you know the force setting is complete. If the garage door opener lights flash 5 times, then programming has timed out and travel limits have not been set. You'll need to restart the process again. For products that do not have the Step Saver Setup label, follow these steps. First, press and hold the adjustment button until the up button begins to flash. Now, press and hold the up button until the door is in the desired up or open position. To prevent damage to vehicles, be sure the fully open door provides adequate clearance. Once the door is in the correct open position, press and release the adjustment button. The down button will start flashing. Now, press and hold the down button until the door is in the desired down or closed position. Once the door reaches the correct closed position, press and release the adjustment button. The up button will begin to flash. Now, press and release the up button. When the door travels to the open position, the down button will begin to flash. Press and release the down button. The door will travel to the closed position. Programming the travel for the garage door opener is now complete. Anytime you make any adjustments, the safety reversal system must be tested. To test the safety reversal system, open the garage door. With the door fully open, place a 1 1/2 inch board or a 2x4 laid flat on the floor, centered under the garage door. Press the remote control or wall-mounted door control to close the door. The door should stop and reverse upon contact with the 2x4. The door returns to the fully open position. The opener beeps and lights flash slowly 5 times. If the door reverses, remove the board. The test is complete. If the door does not reverse after hitting the 2x4, then redo the travel and force settings, ensuring that the door is closed further onto the garage floor. After adjusting the travel, you'll need to perform the safety reversal test again. If the garage door opener continues to fail the safety reversal test, contact a trained door systems technician. Thank you for choosing LiftMaster. For more information, visit support.chamberlaingroup.com.